What do you think?
I thought it was very close.
Do you think it was illegal or not?
Referee's discretion. It was on the cup line.
No,
so.
you...
Welling after just starting to close a bit.
Doesn't matter then.
People are more interested in your opinion.
But I'm interested in yours. You.
I'll say it was legal.
It was legal.
We can call it legal.
Illegal.
No, legal.
Okay,
legal.
legal. Oh, yeah,
You must have an
legal.
opinion as well.
Probably legal. It's a fight. You get hit. You get hit around the belt. You get hit around the leg. He got hit and he went down.
In a surprising
legal.
twist that has ignited debate in the boxing world, former unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has thrown.
What do you think?
I thought it was very close.
Do you think it was illegal or not?
Referee's discretion. It was on the cup line.
No,
so.
Your opinion doesn't matter then.
People are more interested in your opinion.
But I'm interested in yours.
Has thrown his support behind fellow Brit Daniel Dubois, boldly predicting a knockout victory over Oleksandr Usyk in their upcoming rematch. Speaking candidly in a recent interview, Joshua reflected on his own 2 defeats to the Ukrainian, admitting, "Usyk outclassed me, his movement and precision were too much." However, he believes Dubois poses a different kind of threat. Dubois brings a danger that might finally crack the code, Joshua said. He also highlighted Dubois' impressive resurgence, particularly his shocking win over Joshua himself, and tension to an already...
You.
I'll say it was legal.
It was legal.
We can call it legal.
Illegal.
No, legal.
Okay,
legal.
legal. Oh, yeah,
You must have an
legal.
opinion as well.
Probably legal. It's a fight. You get hit. You get hit around the belt. You get hit around the leg. He got hit and he went down. Legal.
Somebody just sent me a text, said, who's out there to beat him? I said, Father Time, guy named Father Time. You know, that old saying, he's undefeated. He's out there. Look, it would be very interesting with Dubois because Dubois is a different guy now. Dubois is, and he's young. And you can get served, as they say. So Dubois is a different guy than he was when he fought when he fought Usyk the first time. He's redeemed himself. He's found himself. You know, he's a more confident fighter, a more together fighter. But Usyk can do whatever he wants.
BF heavyweight Daniel Dubois' rise back into title contention earned him the interim heavyweight title, positioning him as a top contender after Oleksandr Usyk vacated the belt to honor his rematch clause with Tyson Fury. While Anthony Joshua's public backing of Dubois has surprised many, others in the boxing world remain firmly behind Usyk. One of the most vocal supporters is former world cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew, a long-time admirer. Bellew
difficult times in fights now, and I think the victory over Anthony Joshua is going to propel his confidence levels to an all-time high. So I think he's well in this fight. I think he's a super dangerous challenger, and he'll go into it with a lot of belief, but I believe that belief will get shrunk as the rounds pass and as the shots start getting landed on him. The questions will be asked of him again. Oleksandr Usyk will be victorious.
Resulting in a stoppage win for Usyk. While some fans and analysts questioned the referee's call earlier in that bout, ruling a 5th-round body shot from Dubois a low blow rather than a knockdown, Bellew believes Dubois missed his window and lacked the killer instinct needed at the elite level. Though he acknowledged Dubois' growth since that loss, Bellew remains skeptical. He's more polished now, sure, but Usyk's conditioning and intelligence will be the difference. His footworks are just on another level once the fight goes past the halfway mark. I see.
Well, he's a freak. He's the genius that boxing needs. This guy is. I can't put it into words how good he is at what he does, Jim. But ultimately, all good things have to come to an end. Eventually, yes. But I just don't think Daniel Dubois.
Resulting in a stoppage win for Usyk. Why some fans and analysts questioned the referee's call earlier in that bout, ruling a 5th-round body shot from Dubois a low blow rather than a knockdown. Bellew believes Dubois missed his window and lacked the killer instinct needed at the elite level. Though he acknowledged Dubois' growth since that loss, Bellew remained skeptical. He's more polished now, sure, but Usyk's conditioning and intelligence will be the difference.
I think by late stoppage, if not points.
Stoppage?
I think he can stop him. Yeah, I just think he figures you out, X. It's what his mindset and the frequency he's on is a different level to everybody else. It's like, this guy's gone up against a 6'9" monster in Tyson Fury and figured them out.
Yeah.
This guy's gone up against one of the biggest punches in boxing in Anthony Joshua and figured him out twice. He's already beaten Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is a big, strong guy. Immense power. I give him all the credit in the world. And he's overcome many demons, but he hasn't shown us yet that he can get this job done over 12 rounds, and I just don't see him stopping Oleksandr Usyk.
That lack of follow-through suggested Dubois was much ready for the elite just yet. But the Daniel Dubois of 2025 is a different beast since that defeat. He's gone on a tear, defeating heavy hitters like Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, and most notably, Anthony Joshua. These wins and heart suggesting he quit. Froch's comments reflect the lingering doubts surrounding Dubois' toughness at the elite level. He did get dropped by a right hand and just beat the count, getting up around 9 seconds, but the referee waved it off. Still, it was a really good fight. He gave us something to think about.
As I mentioned at the start, I'm here for the rematch for Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois, second time. The first time they fought, Dubois got stopped with a heavy, stiff-looking jab from the southpaw position, and people questioned his desire and heart for the game, saying that he kind of quit. I mean, he did get dropped with a right hand, and he did just stand up in time, like 9 seconds, and the referee waved it off. But he had a really good fight. He really did give Usyk something to think about. He hit him with that low blow. It was borderline. It wasn't straight in the crown jewels, but it was a low blow, and the referee declared it no knockdown. And a big fuss and song and dance was made about it being a low blow. Frank Warren made a big deal about it, and fair enough. I mean, Dubois put Usyk on the floor, and it was borderline. And you've probably seen everything. It was ruled a low blow, so it didn't go in Daniel Dubois' favour. Usyk got 4 or 5 minutes to recover, climbed off the floor, and then ended up stopping Daniel Dubois with a solid right hand. I think it was round 9, and yeah, won the fight, defended his titles. But this is the rematch, and Dubois is a different animal. He's a better fighter now. He's had some great wins against Jarrell Miller, Hrgovic. He absolutely splattered Anthony Joshua. We've seen that fight, and he's now full of confidence. He's on the crest of a wave, and he's a guy now getting into the ring really, really solidly, believing in himself. He's like a new fighter. He's now IBF world champion. He's not beating the champ to get the title. It's like
Earlier in the bout, he landed a body shot that put Usyk on the canvas. It was ruled a low blow, though it was borderline. Not a direct shot to the crown jewels, but low enough for the referee to call it illegal. That moment caused a lot of controversy. Frank Warren made a big deal out of it. And rightly so. Dubois had Usyk on the floor. Many argued it should have been a legal shot and potentially a fight-changing knockdown. You've probably seen all the footage. It was close, but officially, it didn't count.
It didn't go in Daniel Dubois' favor. Usyk was given 4 or 5 minutes to recover after the borderline low blow, got off the floor, and eventually stopped Dubois.
Timing was right for him. That's all I can say about that. What's done's done. But let me tell you, good luck to Oleksandr Usyk. You know, he deserves to stay champion for a long time. But again, he's going to go on too long. And I just see now Daniel Dubois becoming a multi-belt champion soon, because how many fights you got in you? You come up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, you got these big men banging away at you. He's only got to walk into one, and the bar's up for, and he's on a good win over Anthony Joshua. He had a good fight with the American Miller, you know, and at the end of the day, I just think it's a young man's game and anything can happen, but you could well see a new champion in Wembley soon.
With a solid right hand. Carl Froch noted that while Dubois has improved significantly, Usyk's ring mastery and experience make him a tough challenge. However, Froch also highlighted Usyk's age, now 38, and aware from a long amateur and pro career. This is no walkover, Froch said. Dubois has a real shot, especially early. Usyk's starting to show signs of wear, but if it goes late, I'd still give Usyk the slight edge.
You're the champ. You're the champ.
Oleksandr Usyk's going to face Daniel Dubois in England and Wembley. Who do you think wins that one?
I like Usyk.
Restoring. Maybe 55-45. Meanwhile, John Fury,
Tyson Fury's outspoken father had a far more decisive and fiery opinion. With unwavering confidence in British fighters, John Fury declared that the rematch is Usyk's last stand. Usyk's had 2 wars with my son and taken serious punishment, Fury said. Dubois is fresher, stronger, and hungrier. All he needs is 1 clean shot. Fury insisted that Usyk's days at the top are numbered.
Derek, in regards to yourself, are you going to just sit back and see what happens with Dubois and Usyk first?
Yes, because I want to sit down and watch it. So, give a shout out to Daniel. Good luck anyway. You're going to be fighting a guy who's very on point. So, yeah, I'll be watching.
In this Dubois moment and claiming the crown is coming back to Britain. He believes the rematch could be historic, restoring the undisputed heavyweight title to British hands for the first time since Lennox Lewis. Fury envisions Oleksandr Usyk facing Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium in England, and he's confident the outcome favours Dubois. While acknowledging Usyk's technical brilliance, he doubts the Ukrainian can withstand the physicality Dubois now brings. Still, not everyone shares that view. Former heavyweight champion and fan favourite Shannon Briggs offered a brief but impactful.
Because I learned box from my brother was Saxpo. Not only learn from that, but I know how to stop and cross the ring. But Daniel Dubois does. I was respecting the Usyk to get beat by Gypsy King, but I was surprised, shocked. He beat Gypsy King twice. And Joshua is good, it's a tough guy, but he doesn't know how to cross the ring. That's the reason why you see Usyk is schooling them. I think Daniel Dubois will never change. He'll just keep his style, but Usyk is more higher than him, and he's going to keep the same thing, same stuff. Just try to avoid that.
Opinion. Known for his iconic catchphrase, "Let's go, champ," Briggs didn't hesitate when asked who he was backing. His support lies firmly with Dubois. Shannon Briggs summed it up. Smart fighter, been there, done that. He'll figure Dubois out again. His statement reflects the widespread respect Oleksandr Usyk commands. Undefeated and known for his elite ring IQ, stamina, and discipline, Usyk remains.
About Usyk saying that he thought Conor Benn won the fight. I don't know if this is true. I can't imagine that he watched that fight and thought that Conor Benn won, because it's just I landed twice as many punches. But people are telling me it's true. If that's the truth, then I'm low-key rooting for Dubois.
Team Dubois, absolutely. Yeah.
Because that's crazy. That's really crazy to me. And I've met Usyk a bunch of times and we've always been cool, so I was kind of shocked to see.
One of boxing's most revered champions. Derek Chisora, who has shared the ring with both Usyk and Daniel Dubois, offers a unique perspective. He pushed Usyk hard in their 2020 bout, losing a close decision, and now, after defeating Otto Wallin in a title eliminator, could be next in line for a title shot after the July 19 showdown. While Chisora supports Dubois, he also offered a firm
fight regardless. Obviously, Dubois had a bit of growing since his first time out with Usyk. So, yeah, it still makes for a very intriguing fight. But I do think, for the most part, it's pretty much going to go the same way. Not to take anything away from Daniel and his progression over time, but ultimately, I just think Usyk is a hard man to bet against at the moment.
Warning. Don't underestimate Usyk. The man's a genius. As the July 19th rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois approaches, anticipation is building in the boxing world. Usyk remains sharp and focused, while Dubois faces the biggest test of his career. To win, he'll need the performance of a lifetime. Opinions are sharply divided. Can Dubois
will beat him? That's my early prediction. I know a lot of people will obviously fancy Usyk, and rightfully so. And as much as I like Dubois and think he's getting better and all the rest of it, I'd like to see Usyk win. I think Usyk's a great fella and a great fighter, but I think
Dubois silence the doubters and fulfill Anthony Joshua's bold prediction by stopping Usyk? Or will the Ukrainian master once again show that skill, timing and experience can neutralize raw power? With high stakes, rising tension and a touch of controversy, this rematch is shaping up to be one of the most talked about heavyweight bouts of the year. The world will be watching closely. Showdowns are injecting fresh tension into the...
Very good fight. It's a very good fight because obviously they met before. Obviously, you just have to see what Dubois turned up and what Usyk turned up. You know, obviously Usyk's very consistent. Usyk's very, very consistent. Dubois has been consistent, but he's had some inconsistency in his career as well. You know what I mean? Obviously the two ones that stick out is against Usyk and against Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? But obviously, you know, but Usyk has always been consistent. You know, this fights he's been hurt, fights he's been, you know, wobbled and stuff, and he's such a consistent professional. You know what I mean? But Dubois has got power and he's got confidence, and right now he's flying high at the minute. So it's hard to pick a winner right now.
Stirring the pot. He recently claimed to have stopped both Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois in past sparring sessions. While sparring doesn't carry the same weight as pro bouts, Barkole didn't hold back. He dismissed Dubois' chances in the rematch and boldly declared that neither man could beat him in a real fight. According to Barkole, Dubois lacks the tactical awareness and ring IQ to handle a fighter as elusive and technically sharp as Usyk. Whether his claims are true or not.
He's ready, you know, he's been through the trials and tribulations. He's the king slayer, and he's got the power. He's been there before, so he was just there. He knocked the guy down, so he knows what he needs to do. So it would be great for him to do it. Another man do it for Great Britain. It's not an easy task, but he's definitely the man that can go through with it. He's done the work, he's gone through the pedigree, and he's a certified champion. So, you know, I think he has big hopes on doing it. He's gonna do it. It's definitely his place. He's at home, he's focused, he's determined. This is his dream. So, you know, there's nothing stopping him.
You were there that night in September last year when he took on Anthony Joshua in front of 96,000 people. Were you shocked by what you saw that night?
Not shocked. I knew Daniel had it in him. The fact that he had the confidence to go out there, even the ring walk, I could tell he's pretty solid going out there. And I was very happy for him when he won, because that shot came from right field and it met its target. So I was happy for him.
Precision during their... Chris Eubank Jr. has publicly backed Daniel Dubois, though not purely for tactical reasons. His support appears to stem from personal sentiment and national pride. Eubank's stance may be influenced by past friction with Oleksandr Usyk, particularly after Usyk sided with Conor Benn during the controversial fallout following Benn's cancelled bout with Eubank. That perceived slight seems to have nudged Eubank into Dubois' corner, making this rematch about more than just boxing. It's also personal. Meanwhile, unbeaten...
Make of that fight the rematch. I think it's the best fight. I think they're the best two heavyweights in the world, and there was a bit of controversy with the last time, which goes with the grain in boxing, done it a bit of controversy, but no, I think Daniel's got a better chance than he had the first time. Yeah, what with the win off Joshua, that his confidence is massively up. Well, when he fought Usyk last time, he come off the defeat from Joyce, and you know, but now he's absolutely flying. He's got as good a chance, better chance than he had the first time around.
Beaten British heavyweight prospect Fabio Wardley, who has sparred with both fighters, offered a more analytical view. While he acknowledged Dubois' recent growth and improved performances, Wardley emphasized that Usyk's superior footwork and adaptability remain key. Dubois has definitely come a long way, Wardley said, but Usyk's intelligence gives him the edge. Fellow British fighter Dave Allen, who has sparred with both contenders, echoed a similar sentiment, but offered a more balanced perspective. Allen admitted he was overwhelmed by Usyk during their sessions, yet praised Dubois for his evolution. He's not just a big puncher anymore, Allen said. He's become a complete fighter, more disciplined, smarter, and far more dangerous. Dillian Whyte also weighed in with a grounded take, analyzing both fighters' histories. He pointed to Dubois' past losses, especially the defeat to Joe Joyce, as signs of potential vulnerability under pressure. However, Whyte didn't dismiss Dubois entirely. He acknowledged the young heavyweight's recent resurgence and victories over top-tier opponents as proof of real progress. Usyk's shown a few he hinted, cracks himself. Whyte said, if Dubois can stay composed and pick his moments, he's got a real shot. One of the most respected voices in heavyweight history, Lennox Lewis, reignited debate about the controversial moment in the first Usyk-Dubois clash. Lewis strongly criticized the referee's decision to call a body shot knockdown by Dubois a low blow, a call that gave Usyk time to recover and eventually take over the fight. That was a turning point, Lewis said. Usyk didn't look like he could handle the body shot. That moment should have gone to Dubois. Lewis's comments have once again stirred controversy around the officiating and added even more weight to the rematch. Ricky Hatton offered a more personal, psychological perspective. The British Dillian Whyte continued his analysis, noting that Usyk has shown some cracks. If Dubois can stay composed and pick his moments, he's got a real shot, Whyte said. Adding to the debate, heavyweight legend Lennox Lewis reignited controversy surrounding the first